Chernobyl, fellas. I'm old enough to remember when this place went critical. Today you'll face not only radiation, but as always, Blackwood forces. What you're here to uncover is what they're up to.
Hello guys and welcome, this is Alex. I play 4K.com and today I'm going to show you Warface running on a gaming laptop Asus GL702VS. This laptop is equipped with the GeForce GTX 1070 video card that, by the way, has more CUDA cores than desktop GTX 1070, and it's still Pascal GPU architecture, GP104, but it has more CUDA cores, which is 248 CUDA cores on this particular GPU. So pretty much all the mobile version of the GTX 1070 will have a little bit more CUDA cores, and the performance out of them will be the same as on the desktop version. Keep that in mind, guys. Well, we can recognize the prepaid. This level will call prepaid. Keep in mind that this is my 5th time playing the game. The game was available for English-speaking people, I believe, in the end of 2016. It's powered by the CryEngine 3, the same game engine that was powering the Crysis 2. And it was developed first of all for the Eastern Europe gamers by Mail.ru and some subdivision of Crytek in Eastern Europe. And then right now it's available for English-speaking people in Europe and Western Hemisphere. So wherever you are, you can download the game for free and try to play it. I know there is a big community for this game, so let's go ahead and have a look, guys. This is running on a laptop. Keep in mind my laptop, by the CPU RAM, the first temperature 90 Celsius, 95 Celsius. It's very hot right now, and it's running, stock. There is no overclock on CPU, there is no overclock on the video card. Everything is running stock, but look like, just because I'm playing in 4K resolution right now, as you saw, everything maxed out at 4K resolution, it's not enough, and CPU is overheating and GPU is kind of getting so hot. And I believe just because the GPU getting so hot, it's kind of bringing more temperatures from the CPU as well, because it's connected with the two copper pipes, and bringing the overall temperature so hot on the CPU and GPU. So my thermal compound replacing video tutorial is coming for the Asus GL702VS. I'm probably going to use the liquid metal thermal compound, and I'm looking about 20 Celsius below what you can see right now, which will be about 70, maximum 75 Celsius under the 4K gaming or heavy loads. Look at this. That doesn't look too good, but still not bad. Powering by CryEngine 3. We can recognize the prepaid, except this object right here, like an alien from the Crysis 2. But anyways, yeah, prepaid is recognizable, guys. This is the level that was released in the end of 2016 for the Warface, called prepaid, and it's very kind of mission prepaid, and it's kind of polygon oriented because there is a lot of objects, a lot of details. By the way, that lighting doesn't look too bad, but still doesn't look like in X-Ray game engine, which powering the Stalker series. That game engine renders the environment amazingly good for 2007 technologies that was developed, by the way, in 2004, so by Ukrainian game developers. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the game. Remember this level right here from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The dogs was there in the pool. Recognizable, and prepaid is recognizable. As you can see, my FPS will be above 40 FPS, plus I'm recording with the shadow play, so please add about 5 FPS. I would say 5 FPS. During my test showed that 5 FPS without the recording should be increased. Just add 5 FPS to the FPS counter to get the FPS without the recording. Hopefully very soon I'm going to have a device that's recording the game, so I don't have to use the software on the same computer. Right now it's going to be a little bit lower because I'm recording with the software on the same computer. So keep that in mind while I'm playing this game. By the way, game doesn't look too bad. As you can see, this is heavy scene with bunch of AI and stuff like that, so multiplayer will be a little bit higher on FPS. It's not going to be that many AI. And as you saw, I just showed to you that it was so detailed. The models, the character models in this game is very detailed, but they didn't do a good job to the level design. But you know, maybe it was in purpose. Alright, let's go ahead and switch the resolutions. Now I'm going to show you 1920. Keep in mind, guys, that it was on AC. So I showed you on AC 4K. Now I'm going to show you 1920 by 1080 on AC, and I also going to show you on a battery some pretty cool resolutions such as 1080p. I'm going to show you also 720p. Okay, without the anti-aliasing, 1920 by 1080, AC on, maxed out, as you can see, guys. Everything is high, but anti-aliasing is off. Same thing that I just played for 4K. Very heavy scene. FPS increased, but not increased dramatically. As you can see, my GPU load, second value after the GTX 1070M, after the Celsius, it's my GPU load, and it's going to be below 50%. So we're not even utilizing our GPU to a half of its potential. Keep that in mind. So the FPS is kind of low, and I think possibility that a CPU is over throttling right now and it causing that. Plus it's not only the hardware. I believe this is the engine, CryEngine 3 does that as well. So on this particular hardware is not utilizing 1080p to the full potential of the hardware, because as we saw at 4K it was 99%, and trust me, I played at 4K for 2 hours of this game and like 3 levels, and I didn't see any FPS drop or any GPU loading drop. It was constantly above 90%. So I believe the game engine is not utilizing the CPU. That's probably why and GPU at 1080p. That's probably why the CryEngine died. Especially when they implemented the free version, the CryEngine 5, they removed a lot of goodies from it, and it certainly cannot compete with Unreal or cannot compete with the Unity 3D, which is another great engine. Anyways, enough about the engines. As you can see, we're getting cooler on the CPU. It's getting below 90, but we were reaching like 90/95 in 4K. So laptop is not ready for 4K, but it is equipped with the 1080p screen display, guys. It's LG Philips 17-inch. It's a 75 Hz G-Sync ready screen, 1080p. So Asus kind of didn't envision 4K resolution, but we have the HDMI port that supports 4K 60 Hz screens, and we got the mini display port as well as Thunderbolt port, so we can connect up to 3 displays, guys. And technically, just because this is a Pascal, we can connect up to 3 4K displays, but as you can see, 1 4K is not enough. So let me real quick go ahead and switch the resolution again, and I'm going to include the anti-aliasing. Anti-aliasing is on. Better utilizing than GPU, guys. Right now it's off. As you can see, lower GPU scalability right now when it's off, but when it's on, it's better utilizing the GPU. So you probably want to play 1080p on AC on the screen on the laptop if you don't have the HDMI external 4K monitor laying around like I do. And you're going to be fine if you're going to enable the anti-aliasing, as you just saw. And let me go ahead and demonstrate it to you again, because our GPU usage is extending itself to the higher percentage, so we're kind of utilizing more of GPU with anti-aliasing on the 1080p. very heavy scene, bunch of dynamic particles, as you can see, such as smoke with the collision, a lot of GPU computing, heavy computing processes going on here. So it's tracing kind of our GPU, but above 40% only, not even 50%, as you can see, even with anti-aliasing 1080p. So the game engine kind of struggling. It's not the hardware. I'm pretty sure it should utilize, if it was the software, you know, utilizing completely like it did at 4K, we probably would be at 99%. And I don't see why, because it's set to the high performance mode in the Windows 10 and it's running on AC. I'm about to switch to the battery, guys, and when I'm going to switch to the battery, the game will take another level where we're going to cut our GPU power consumption and CPU power consumption, but still we're going to push about the same FPS at 720p that we're running right now at 1080p on AC, but at 720p on the battery. 720p will be in the end of this video, but before, let me go ahead and show you 1080. This is still AC on. Let's go ahead and change it now, guys. Oh, you know what? Let me show you 4K at the medium. Some folks would be probably, you know, care about 4K at the medium. Let's say that, you know, you're going to use this laptop as your desktop replacement, which I highly recommend, because I don't see gaming laptops as the, with me as a gamer and software developer and anything, you know, to be mobile, because the battery will die in 2 months, and when you're playing games on a laptop, pretty much it lasts 20/30 minutes, not too much when it's brand new. On this laptop, it, you know, it lasts, when I was playing game such a Crisis, it lasts the 29 minutes. Okay, brand new battery. When it's not going to be brand new, it's probably going to probably going to last about 7-10 minutes. Who cares? So pretty much you're going to use it on AC, and desktop replacement is excellent for this laptop because it has some future-proof technology, GTX 1070, that will be probably utilized up to full potential in the future at 1080p. I hope that developers will do something about it, and NVIDIA will update the drivers to increase the load when we're running 1080p in games. But as again, it's only in like 1% of the games. 99% of the games at 1080p was utilizing perfectly, especially the classic old school games. Something about the new games, and developers look like careless, guys. But anyways, as you can see, medium, 4K, AC on, FPS are nice, and you can play 4K medium for those who like 50/60 FPS. You're going to be fine. Without the recording, you're going to reach about 60 FPS. Alright guys, let's go ahead and switch to battery 1920 by 1080 at the high first. So everything's set to high. Anti-aliasing is off. As you can see, our FPS will be above 30, but sometimes on scene we'll get a lot of heavy dynamic particles such as smoke and stuff like that. It's going to get down even to 27 as lowest I saw. So keep that in mind. So it's not going to be very comfortable to play like that. So 1080p is not ready on the battery, as again, because the GPU utilization below 50% even on a battery. So I think it's definitely a software issue. It's not the hardware issue, because I didn't see this kind of problems, especially when running on AC in some different games, such as Stalker, Crisis, and stuff like that. Battlefield especially, which is very nice and optimized for any kind of hardware on a PC, on a CPU, and especially on the video cards. Utilization goes you know, brilliantly in Battlefield, Frostbite game engines when it comes to GPU usage and scalability, no matter what kind of GPUs I was testing. Even in combination of 4 Battlefield at 4K resolution, showing great results. Combination of 4-way SLR with Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture. Anyways guys, ridiculous. 24 the lowest, as I saw. You cannot play it like that. So let's go ahead and switch it. We're going to do on the medium. Look at that heavy scene. Running on the batteries again on the medium settings, 1920 by 1080 pixels, exactly as this monitor supports. Let's have a look. So this video pretty much, guys, is not about the gameplay. This video is about the performance. So hopefully you will understand if you're targeting the GTX 1070 desktop video card or GTX 1070 laptop, because pretty much the power out of the laptop will be as same as on a desktop, because pretty much this version of the laptop running Core i7 7700HQ, which is powerful CPU. Keep that in mind, guys. Quad core, 8 threads, 3.5 gigahertz on a boost. It's fast. As you can see, guys, medium 40 kinda getting to 40, but as again getting some lower FPS, but low FPS increased by about 3 to 27 FPS, the lowest as I saw, and on the high I saw 24, but mostly staying almost 40. Alright, let's go ahead and tweak it up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to, let me go ahead and disable actually the anti-aliasing. Let's go ahead and have a look, shall we, guys? As again, medium without the anti-aliasing. And I probably caught that when I set the anti-aliasing, but before this footage it was 1080 on medium with anti-aliasing, guys, and right now 1080 medium without the anti-aliasing. Here we go, and we're about to switch to 720p. I'm going to show you 720p on the battery, of course. I'm going to show you without the anti-aliasing, and then we're probably going to enable the anti-aliasing. As you can see, anti-aliasing helps for our GPU scalability somehow during the graphs at the right top. Here we go, 720p, 100 FPS. Wow, look at that, with the heavy smoke and stuff like that. So if you're looking to get a solid above 60 FPS, you want to play 720p on the battery. And GPU usage kinda low, guys, below 30%. Have a look. Without the anti-aliasing, guys, everything at high, and then I'm going to enable the anti-aliasing, and we're going to have a look how it does with the anti-aliasing. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, visit iplay4k.com website or iplay4k YouTube channel, and for more cool videos. As again, subscribe for more videos, positive comments, guys, and I'm going to wrap up at this point. Thank you so much for watching. This is amazing laptop, but you need to replace the cooling compound, guys, because the temperatures are too high, and I'm going to create a video tutorial for that. So let's go ahead and enable the anti-aliasing. Let's see, guys, if anti-aliasing will bring more stress on our GPU. Guys, keep in mind, it doesn't matter what kind of brand, Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, Razer, Acer, Lenovo, gaming laptop, but you're going to receive about the same FPS with the GTX 1070 equipped laptop. And your temperature probably will be 90 or 85, no matter what kind of brand as well. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I play 4K. Don't forget to thumbs up. Peace!